Hi! So today's video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be a testing video on the new Dose of Colours concealer. I don't want to make it completely boring because I have ordered the new Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer, which I'm kind of mad about that because they released that just after I ordered the tinted moisturiser and everything. So now I've had to do another order just so I can get that concealer to test. But that is on its way. It has been dispatched, but obviously it's coming from LA to here in the UK, so it's probably going to take another week. So obviously that's going to be another concealer video that I'm going to be doing, so I didn't want to make them too similar. So this one I decided to test obviously the Dose of Colours concealer, but I wanted to compare it to the Jouer concealer, which is my favourite concealer of all time to now. So I wanted to see which one I prefer, if I do even like this one. I haven't heard anything about this, haven't watched anyone's reviews, anything, so I know they have a foundation as well, but I just wanted to test the concealer more than the foundation, to be honest. So I'm going to be testing which one I like more. Obviously I've got one on one side and one on the other. Doing a wear test on them both. I'm going to see how they both hold up throughout the day and which one I prefer by the end of the day as well. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today. Hopefully it's not a completely boring video, and I really want to see which one I prefer. I've never really tested skin products from Dose of Colours, to be fair, like foundation, concealer or anything, so I'm excited for this one. So if you want to see a wear test and comparison on these two concealers, then subscribe if you want to, give the video a thumbs up as well, and just keep watching. Hi there! So we're just going to get straight into it. I didn't bother applying my foundation and anything on camera just because the video is about concealer, so we don't really care about foundation today. Okay, so like I just said, I want to compare the two concealers together for this video instead of just doing like a wear test on just the Dose of Colours one. So obviously I'm going to do the Dose of Colours concealer on one side and then my favourite Jouer concealer on the other. So I think I'm going to do the Jouer side first just to get that on. So obviously this is my skin without any concealer on. I've just got primer and foundation on, of course. Obviously for this video I apply my concealer all the time, no matter what concealer is, with a brush, so I don't really care for trying it with a sponge, to be honest. I never end up using a sponge with concealer because I like to get the fullest amount of coverage that I can get, and for me that's always with a brush. And then just take the excess on the lid. So as you saw, I didn't apply a lot. I roughly know how much I put on because I use this concealer like every day. Add a teensy bit more just because I have not been sleeping great. So we're going to add a tiny bit more. So obviously this is probably going to crease by the time I have put the Dose of Colours concealer on this side. Any concealer that I use always creases. It doesn't matter what concealer I use, even if I use a creaseless concealer, still creases on me. Okay, so that's the Jouer concealer on, of course. Now I'm going to move on to the Dose of Colours one. So the Dose of Colours concealer is blendable, lightweight, long wearing and full coverage as it claims to be on the box. It's also vegan, cruelty free, talc free and paraben free. So the shade, I can't remember how many shades they have, but they do have quite a lot. The shade that I got is number 20, which is medium tan. Obviously I just got the one shade because I am not a millionaire. I'm not going to go around buying like 5 shades just to see which one is mine. So I went with this one. It does look a bit darker than my Jouer one by the tiniest bit, but my Jouer one is quite light. So when I get another Jouer concealer, it's probably going to be a bit deeper than the one that I've got. Just to compare like the sizes, the Jouer one, to be fair, I don't know if it's just the lid that's bigger. So let me see how much you get. You get 0.139 fluid ounces in the Jouer one, and you get 0.25 fluid ounces in the Dose of Colours. So if my maths is correct, you get more in the Jouer one, but not really bothered. Okay, so the Dose of Colours concealer retails for £20 on the Beauty Bay website, and the Jouer one is $16.75. That's a weird shade. Have they got a sale on or something? Oh, that's a strange, that's like a very specific price, but okay. The Dose of Colour one is obviously more expensive and you get less products. So I wanted to compare these two because I don't know, when I saw this it kind of gave me like Jouer vibes, I haven't watched anyone's review on it. I don't know what anyone thinks about it. I also don't know how new this is, but it was new on the Beauty Bay website, so I wanted to try it. But I think that like Jouer and Dose of Colours are like similar price ranges, and like their quality, like they're two of my favourite brands easily, but I feel like quality wise they're both kind of similar as well. So that's why I just wanted to test these two, and obviously this is my favourite concealer ever. So we're gonna try this guy out. Oh, where's the stopper gone? Okay, we have an issue. So that was great. So the stopper has like gone, so this just goes like straight in. Okay, so oh my god, I'm gonna okay, that's not a good start because I'm literally gonna have to wipe off all of this now. I'm gonna have to try and wipe all this. Basically the stopper, let me show you, just in case you're like, what's wrong? Like in all concealers, like you can hear it, like the little suction part that kind of takes off the excess, so you don't, like, look how clean that wand is. And then this stopper, I don't know where, it must have fallen in or something because it's just gone. Like, oh no. Okay, that's, ignore how much product is on the brush right now. Okay, so this looks like the right shade for me, which is good. Okay. Oh, this is so messy. This is so messy. Oh, this blends out really quickly. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay, let me just blend over under eyes. So I think I put like an equal amount under both eyes. Coverage wise, they both look the same. I'd say that this one probably looks like it's covered more because the shade is closer to my foundation, so it just kind of looks a bit better. This one is a bit lighter, so I feel like it didn't cover up as well as this one. Okay, so this is the Jouer side. That is the Dose of Colours one. So I'm just going to go ahead and just finish off the rest of my makeup. I'll just speed through it and then we can see what everything looks like when it's all done. The powder I'm going to use is my Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder because it's just like my favourite. And it's my trusty dusty powder, so I'm just going to use this one and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff that I'm using on my face. Okay, quickly before I finish the rest of my face, just so we can see what my skin looks like with just powder on. Still looks really smooth on both sides. Okay, so for bronzer I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I'm just going to use the middle bronzer shade just to bronze up and kind of contour my face. For blush I'm using the Essence Matte Touch Blush in Bronze Me Up. Then to highlight I'm going to use the Revolution Highlighter Palette. Okay, so this is all the makeup done. I thought we'd just turn the brightness down a bit so you can kind of see what my skin looks like. And to be honest, I think I do just prefer the Dose of Colour side at the moment, just because the shade is more my shade. This one is still a tiny bit light, so I feel like you can see a bit more of my dark circles on that side a little bit more, if that makes sense. But I still obviously love my Jouer one. Obviously I'm not going to put any eyeshadow on. I want to see crease wise how they hold up. Yeah, we'll see how the creasing situation goes. Okay, so I am going to be off to work now, so I'm probably not going to be home for about 7 hours, which is hurting my soul a little bit. So the check-ins that I'll do throughout the day I will just do when I'm at work, when I can. It might only be 1 or 2. And then I will be back obviously at the end of the night and we will see which I am preferring today. I'm really impressed by that Dose of Colours, like how that just blended out so quickly. So yeah, I will see you in a few hours probably, and we'll see what's going on with my face. I've just changed back into my t-shirt. I obviously have not been wearing this all day. Okay, so just looking at my skin now, my skin looks pretty good. So I've got like a tiny bit of creasing on both of my lids, but I feel like that's normal for me. Like whenever I don't bake with pretty much any powder, I do get a bit of creasing on my lids, so I could have avoided that just by baking, but I just wanted to see how they were just in case they didn't crease, you know. So literally the Jouer side, which is this one, and then the Dose one as well, there's probably less creasing actually on the Dose of Colour side, and the same under the eyes as well. Might be my new favourite concealer. I mean, I'm obviously going to test it more and see if it is my favourite, but just from today, like comparing the two sides, I would probably say that I prefer the Dose of Colours one because there is less creasing. Obviously I haven't got like oily or anything because I don't usually anymore, and obviously I didn't bring the concealer fully down, but everything looks good and it's held up pretty well throughout the day. Also, I did just remember, again, have I brought my phone up with me? Okay, so before I went to work, I didn't actually show you what time it was, but I know it was 12:15 because that's the time I had to leave for work, because I started work at 1. It's now 7, can you see that? 7:43 p.m, so it's almost 8. So I feel like I've tested it for a good few hours and that is it. So on that note, that's the end of today's video, so I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be testing the new Colourpop concealer as well, so if you want to see how that turns out, then make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up as well if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in my next video.